Wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you don't know me, my name is Kadi. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how I achieved these knotless boohoo braids using the bulk human hair from Lockbraids. If you guys want to know how I did this, make sure you keep watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this hairstyle. So we're just gonna get straight into this tutorial. Lockbraids sent me their bulk human hair to achieve these boohoo knotless braids for you guys. This is how the packaging came. It came with some clips, rat tail comb, some accessories for your hair. So they sent me 3 packs with literally 2 bundles inside, which is actually a lot. I'll be using the Shine and Jam conditioning gel today. This leaves no flakes or dryness during the process of doing your hair, which I really love, and is actually a conditioning gel. And as you guys can see, I did go and section my hair, which I believe pre-parting your hair before you do it makes the job easier. I do go ahead and use the Shine and Jam on my scalp just to neaten out the partings and to put everything in place. I am using a rubber band just to, hold my partings, because I feel like this would just make the job go quicker when I'm braiding. This is how the bulk human hair looks like, and this hair is so soft and is really full. As you guys can see, this is how I prep the hair before I start braiding. I go ahead and comb it at first, and then I use the Shine and Jam to straighten out the sharp ends. Applying a gel, or in my case using the Shine and Jam on the ends of the bulk hair, just makes it easier for you to tuck this into the braids when you're braiding. As you guys can see, I am doing a knotless braids. These are the boohoo knotless braids, so I am using a pre-stretched expression in the color 2. I didn't want to go ahead and use a color 1 or color 1B because that's like jet black and black, but I wanted to use like a natural color, because usually when it comes to like human hair and when they get sent to you, the color is usually natural color, so I didn't want to go for anything dark so it wouldn't be too much of a difference when it comes to the color. So as you guys can see, I did go ahead and start braiding my natural hair first, and then I started placing in the pieces of expression, and then I just go in to add the human hair in between my braids. And I think I did use 3 pieces of the human hair on each braid, especially at the back, and when I got to the front I increased this by 4 because I wanted it to be full. I did do the back like a bit big, because guys, when it comes to parting my hair, it's just the hardest part, and I will keep saying this, parting my hair just takes forever. Sometimes it takes me 2 hours just to section and part my hair. So that's why I thought the easiest way to go about this was to just pre-part my hair and use the rubber bands to hold it. This hairstyle did take me about 2 days because parting my hair did take forever, and obviously I did have other stuff to do, so it did take me 2 days. But this is a very straightforward hairstyle. I do this all the time on my channel, so that's why it's not as detailed. But as you keep watching, you guys would actually see how I tuck in the hair, how many pieces, for example, of expression that I place into every single braid. But guys, it's very important to make sure that you always add some sort of gel or edge control to your natural hair before you start braiding, just because I feel like doing this just makes your partings more neat, and it just helps to put all the hair together, and it gives your braids a flawless base as well. So yeah, so as you guys can see, I did start with braiding my natural hair first into like a braid, and then I start adding the expression. I think I did go ahead and added like 3 pieces before I went ahead and placing the human hair. So once I tuck in the curly piece, I just basically braid this with the rest of the braids just to kind of secure the curly piece, and then I just go ahead with like a clip just to hold it, just so the curly piece doesn't slide out. As you guys can see, as the video proceed, I am basically kind of just showing you guys how I attached the curly piece when braiding it down. So I do go ahead and place that in first, like the tip of it. That's why I did say it's very important for you guys to put some gel on the tip so it's not sharp, so it can easily slide into the braids as you're braiding. At some point you would see the tip of that curly hair hanging out just a tiny bit. All you need to do is get scissors and just trim this out. So I am braiding it all the way to the end, and I would also be adding some curly piece to the end, because normally when I would do this hairstyle I would curl the ends of the expression, but for this hairstyle I actually wanted everything to be with the curly hair, and I wanted everything to look very natural, because with the expression is synthetic. It's not human hair, so usually it wouldn't give the same texture when it comes to the hairstyle. So I wanted the ends to be curly as well, as you guys can see. And then I did go ahead and use some nail glue. This nail glue stressed me, guys. So I went ahead and just placed some of the nail glue at the part that I tied the knot, and then I just used my scissors to kind of like trim whatever piece that is hanging out. Literally that's all I did for this hairstyle. And then I just used my fingers to kind of like squeeze the gel together. You can wait for the, not the gel, the glue. What I did was, as soon as I put the glue, I go ahead and take off any extra piece of hair, which is the expression, and basically just, you know, cut that off with the scissors. And the only part that you should leave at the end is the curly piece. So once I do go ahead and cut that out, I just have the curly piece. Usually you can wait for the glue to just dry down by itself, but with me I kind of just press it together just so that that knot can be very secure. Yeah, sometimes the glue does, it's not even sometimes, the glue does like kind of stick on your fingers, but it's not really a biggie because when you use water it comes off anyways. Like I said, I just did that just so that that knot can just be tight and secure. Like literally when I was doing that, I only got one at first because I thought one glue was going to be enough, and then I basically, I don't know what happened, I was trying to squeeze out the glue and the glue literally flew. It just went over my dressing table, so I couldn't even be bothered to move my dressing table, so I had to go back to the hair shop just for me to get two more. That day was so stressful, but we thank God that the shop was open and we could get it and finish the hairstyle. Usually you can still just use it with, you can tie the knot without the glue, because this is my first time actually using the glue method. But you can actually just tie the knots like maybe 3 times just to actually secure it before you go ahead and cut it. But I'm not sure how long that lasts for, but I feel like if you don't want to use a glue, you can just tie it into a knot and, you know, cut it off with the scissors. Just make sure it's really tight and secure. Yeah, so that's all I did for that part, and I'm just basically just showing you guys the same process over and over. I just go ahead and add the piece of expression, and I make sure as well to use the shine and jam throughout the process of this hairstyle. I always make sure I add the shine and jam just to make sure that my natural hair is not sticking out or any other hair is not sticking out. So shine and jam was very, or the gel or gummy, whatever you want to use, edge control, it's just very important to use it throughout the process of doing this hairstyle. And another tip as well, whenever you're doing your hair, don't just add the shine and jam and leave it. You need to make sure you comb out your hair first. You need to comb out your hair properly so that when you're braiding it, it just makes it easier for you to braid. I was so happy to be on my last braid, guys. I didn't really count how many part-ins I have on my head, but this is just like medium-sized knotless braids. The back was like a bit more bigger than the front, which don't really matter because the front would cover it anyways. But when I did get to the front, I made sure I added more of the human hair. So like I think I added like 4 pieces of human hair at the front, just so that even if my part-ins are not as small, but the more human hair or the more curly piece you add into the hair will give it more volume. So depending on how you want it, if you want more of the curly piece, then you just need to keep adding it as you're braiding it. And if you want your hair to be long, like I did hip length, I did like hip length, no, was it hip length? No, I did waist length. So I did waist length. So the longer I want it, as you guys can see, I just kept on adding the pieces of the hair, and just to give it length. So you just need to keep adding the pieces of expression if you want it longer, but just make sure it's not too long, because when you do add the curly hair at the end, which I'm about to do now, it still gives it length anyways, because you need to make sure you braid that expression with the curly hair all the way to the end of the cut, all the way to the end of the expression. As you guys can see, I've literally braided close to the end of the tip of the expression, and then I just go ahead and add the curly piece. I hope this explanation is making sense, guys, because I am actually not the best at explaining, but I feel like I have been trying and I'm getting there. So I hope this is a good explanation for you to actually achieve this hairstyle, because anything to do with goddess braids, anything that has to do with boohoo braids or whatever, call me in, because these are my type of hairstyle. And I'm just showing you guys again, I put the glue just on the knot, and then I just go ahead to cut off the extra pieces that is not needed and trim out whatever, you know, hair or extra hair that is just hanging out there. And then I just go ahead and squeeze this together just to make sure it's just very neat. Don't worry if it looks hard, it's meant to be hard at the end because you're using glue. As you guys can see, like I said, the reason why I squeeze it is just to make everything look neat. And I did go ahead and dip everything in hot water. I didn't want to show you guys this part because I just went ahead and did it in my kitchen sink, so I couldn't be bothered to take my camera there, which I've not really done before, but usually I do tell you guys if I did put the hair in hot water or not. But yeah, I did place everything in hot water just because it just defined the curls more and it just makes the hair more relaxed. And then I just went ahead and did my edges. I did use the gummy edge control for this part just because gummy does give that extra hold. And then I went in with the ORS olive oil super holding spray just to give it a more extra hold. And then I'm going in with the argan oil mousse from Cream of Nature just to, you know, define the curls and just make everything lay. If there's any flyaways on the expression, it just lays everything down. Usually I do use the ORS mousse, but today I just wanted to try something different, and I'll be using the ORS olive oil for my scalp just to go ahead and just oil my scalp. And this is how the hair is looking. And then I went ahead with some olive oil sheen spray from ORS again, and I did my makeup, guys. Usually girls will say this makeup ate. This makeup was given. It was giving everything that it was meant to give. That's all I am going to say, okay? But yeah, this is the final look, guys. Tell me this hair is not giving. Tell me the whole look is not giving and I will come for you. I'm joking. I'm not coming for anybody. But yeah, so this is the length, guys. This is giving goddess babe. If you ever hear me say goddess babe in my videos, this is what I mean. This is what I am meaning. Like, it's just giving. I also forgot to mention, this is the 24-inch deep curly human braiding hair extension. You can purchase this on the website and they're really doing affordable prices right now. With these knotless boohoo braids, you can actually achieve different styles with it. I did go ahead to do some few styles that you can achieve with this hairstyle. It's very versatile, guys. When I say God is good, because even when I went to the HMB Cosmetics and I did my hair, I actually wanted human hair, and God said, don't worry my child, I've got you. Literally that same week they reached out to me. So thank you so much, Lockbraids, for sending me this human hair and for helping me achieve these beautiful hairstyle. Thank you guys so much for always watching my videos and always supporting me. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye.